Hello, welcome to my review of Captain America Civil War. First of all, against the competition, Batman v Superman, yes, it is a lot better than Batman v Superman. But that's not saying a lot. If you were to station a man outside your movie studio and told him to throw rocks at Zack Snyder if he got within 5 metres of the building, you could do better than Batman v Superman. For those of you who've been living under a rock, I'll give you a brief outline of the plot. Basically, Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Tony Stark, Iron Man, have a disagreement about the level of government oversight that they should have. And in addition to that, there's some shadowy forces causing trouble for our plucky heroes. Okay, good news first. The Russo brothers are really settling into the Marvel Universe well. Okay, good news first. The Russo brothers are settling into the Marvel Universe really well. They're getting the right feel for the characters, and importantly for me, they're getting the right type of fight choreography. Previous to this, Joss Whedon's Avengers was the closest thing I'd seen to the way comic book characters actually fight being put on big screen. I could go on at great length about martial arts as it relates to superheroes, but I'm guessing 99.9% of you would be bored by it. As far as the performances goes, the actors all do really well here. All the actors seem to really enjoy being superheroes, and it's always nice to see actors enjoying themselves. Particularly Chadwick Boseman and Elizabeth Olsen as the Black Panther and the Scarlet Witch respectively. Black Panther makes his first outing in the cinema here, and it's handled really well. He's far from top billing, but the character is given room to breathe and to develop, and is given a recognisable arc for the film, and it's only made me more excited to see the Black Panther film when it comes out. Although I'm always going to be a little bit disappointed, because I always thought Djimon Hounsou should be the ruler of Wakanda. Now we're going to talk about the failings of the film. And for me, the main failing is the underlying premise. Superheroes exist in their own little bubble of internal logic, and trying to ascribe real-world consequences to their action runs the risk of highlighting just how ridiculous the whole idea of superheroes are. They try to rein in their powers after what supposedly happened in Avengers Age of Ultron, but taking that to its logical conclusion, Tony Stark should be put against a wall and shot, because he created the Ultron program, which then killed many thousands of people. There's too many characters in the film, which is one of the main reasons it doesn't gel properly, and they're just thrown in carelessly, and it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to be there. Why do Ant-Man and Spider-Man just decide they're going to risk their lives on the other side of the world in a fight in which they have no stake for people they've never even met before? Spider-Man's entrance in the film is handled particularly badly. The whole scene feels forced and cheesy and unfunny, and again he seems included for no other reason than putting this character in the film will increase the amount of money it makes at the box office, but we don't have enough time to actually let the character come to life, but we do have enough time for him to be annoying. The fight between Iron Man and Captain America feels contrived, and I know there are certain types of behaviour that you just expect from superheroes, but at any point during the film, if they'd actually talked to each other, they could have headed off the fight before it happened. And that's another one of the failings. The dialogue feels just a little bit too cliché. They don't feel like real characters. They feel like they're fulfilling the necessary role of good guy A and good guy B having an argument about something. As I said, it seems like the fight between them is just to guarantee a big box office return, which is obviously necessary because big budget movies about superheroes are really struggling to find an audience right now. You can see that it would have been a really good film if they hadn't tried to make it into something that it shouldn't have been. The final reveal, which I don't want to give away without, because it would be a spoiler, the final reveal and everything leading up to it is a solid enough plot to hang some thrilling heroics off, and the Russo brothers do know how to generate suspense, and it's handled well. If they trusted themselves, or if the studio had trusted them a bit more, we could have had a really good Captain America movie as opposed to Avengers Light. The biggest problem by a mile is the fast editing. They do it in 90% of action movies now, and it's really annoying that they do 100 camera cuts in a minute. It makes it very hard to follow what's happening on screen, which in turn makes it very hard to get invested in the characters. You're just struggling to cope with sensory overload, and that's not exciting, it's just annoying. So to sum up, this is an okay film, it's not a bad film. The problem is it's trying to be 12 different films at once, and none of those 12 films are bad films, but if it just stuck with one, they'd have done alright. My recommendation, go and see it at the cinema. It's worth it. It's worth the price of the admission. There's enough laughs, the characters are done with conviction, there's enough suspense, enough action. You're not going to be bored, you're just not going to be blown away, I don't think. Thanks for watching.